Welcome back to Sunshine Forest on Farming Simulator 25. It's episode 22 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, we're into September. It's 7:33 in the morning. August was busy. I've got some more stuff done. I'm going to show you that now. Then we're going to get onto the stuff we need to do today. And then we've got stuff we're going to need to do. Well, I'm going to have to work this out because I think I've got a lot of crops that are going to be ready to go before the thing this is what I was talking about. The thing I'd planned to do. And then, I'll explain in a minute. Anywho, our water supply distributor. I spent a bit of time, brought the lorry over, and I've been refilling this. I'll show that as well. I did put in a second juice factory. We've got Juice Hut and Juicier Hut. I just changed the names, don't know why. But what we're going to start by doing is when we were doing our planting and stuff the other day, I've got my PTO-driven jet wash. I know you don't need to have the engine on, but, you know. It's a lot darker than I thought it was. Trying to get my recording done nice and early today. It's going to be 32, 33 degrees today and tomorrow. Oh, it's a warm one. And we're at that point of the year. It's weird, isn't it? We had in the UK, was it kind of March, April, May time? We had a bit of warm weather. It kind of spiked all of a sudden. And my kids were saying, "Oh, I can't believe it's so hot so early." I said, "It is, yeah, but it was freak sort of days." But the nights then, when it got dark, the temperature plummeted again. It got really cold overnight. I said, when we get to proper summer, that's when you've got really, really hot days and everything stays hot. Even though the temperature drops at night, it doesn't drop. You know, I think we went yesterday, it was 29 degrees and it dropped down to, I think, 23 overnight, which is, it's not cold, you know, it's. So then when you wake up the following day, it's 23 already, and then it goes up from there, you know, so you don't really, there's not much respite from it. So yeah, I thought if I can get up and get my recording done early, before we're sweltering, but if there's any mods today, you can guarantee today will be the day they'll drop them at the balmy sort of 3 PM, you know. Mad dogs and Englishmen go out in the midday sun. It's weird, isn't it? Because I know everyone said midday is the worst, but I'm sure it's 3 PM and 3 AM. They always call it the witching hour as well, don't they? Or again, that might just be where I am, where we live, you know. Not necessarily specific to the UK. Might just be, you know, old wives' tales and stuff, and they differ around the world, don't they? Oh, too far away. I've dragged my special invisible hose too far. Right. Just, you know, for a bit of it enables you to find all the grease circs, check everything over, make sure everything's right, see whether there's any wear and tear, sheared bolts, that kind of stuff. If everything's filthy, covered in mud, you can't see. You can't find cracks in frames and welds that have broken and stuff like that. So every now and again, giving a bit of a wash down. Now, I'm of course going to have to try and work out where to put these. I am going to need another shed. I guess at some point we're going to have to accept the fact we've got to maybe get some metal delivered by train. So anyway, drop that there. That then goes back round. Kind of blocked myself in a little bit here, but that's all right. That goes there. We'll put this back, and then we've got to worry about that. My seeders are still up at the railway station. Anyway, while we're doing, actually before we do that, let's go over and have a look. Because our first crop ready, I thought it was going to be the wheat, but it's not, it's the peas. Our peas are ready, so we are going to have to lease some stuff. Now you saw me do one log load on camera. I did another log load off camera. I did another load of logging to top up my mini sawmill. My mini sawmill was up to 226,000 litres. It only holds 250, so I've done a really good job on that. Peas, ready to harvest, good to go. So what we need to do is go into here. There's no trail behind one. We are going to have to bite the bullet, and that's why I've been trying to raise a bit of money. What I need to do is lease the pea harvester. We're going to lease some other root crop harvesters as well, because I think they're going to be the next things to go. I was hoping it was going to be the wheat because of what I want to do with that. But, what am I missing? Have I gone past everything? I was too busy chatting. There we go. It's a lot of money, isn't it? Crawler track or standard? Let's go crawler track because it looks cool. And that's... Good grief. I hope we do all right out of this. But again, we'll do a bit of woodwork, and that'll be sorted. So that should be on the way. The great thing is as well, because we've got our preserved food factory, and we're going to need to preserve our peas. I think we're going to be canning our peas or doing something with our peas. There'll be something at a little preserved food thing that we've got running or going. It's not running at the moment, but that we did have running. So we can carry on generating those supplies. So the next thing we're going to do also is go up, and I'm going to put in the cow pasture, because I need to know financially how much money I'm looking at. Oh, well. I did move some of the crawdads. Oh, that was the other thing. Oh, I've got so much to do. It's all the day-to-day bits and bobs. So yeah, I moved all the stuff that was out in the open and just put it under the shelter. We could probably do the refrigerated unit for those, but I moved those here. We've got quite a few. We've got another 2 out there now, but then I bought over some more brood stock just to make sure. So we bought some brood stock. That seems very loud. Is that just me? Put the sprayer back in a minute. Yes, so I'm going to put in the cow pasture, because it has been mentioned by a few people that my lorry, whilst it might be a 600 horsepower lorry, we need something with a bit more, it needs to be bigger, a bit more oomph to it, you know? So I think we're going to have a look at getting a new lorry. And the thing with that being that I'm going to need the money for that. I don't want to spend all my money doing other things and then go to put in the animal pen and realise I haven't got enough, and I've got to do a ton more logging, and it's this end, isn't it? So I dream that. I swear it was this end this goes in. Because that ends where the stuff... hang on. What's happening? We're certainly not full. Then we're down to our last 600 litres of brood stock. Why is that not? Okay. I'm going to... It worked the first time round. I was just heading up with our tractor because I've had to lease another piece of equipment, because it suddenly dawned on me. I was looking at the fields, I'm thinking, I was really hoping the wheat field would be good to go, but looks like our green beans and our root crops will be next. I was looking at the stuff there for harvesters and bits and bobs, and then realised that's showing remove foliage. Now it's an interesting one, because potatoes, we haven't got a topper. Beets we generally do have a topper, and there's that bigger one now. The smaller ones that seem to be front mounted aren't there anymore. I went in to have a look. Potato technology. We've got our harvesters, and they're the ones for the bigger beet harvesters that allow us to do other crops, but there's no topper, no Holm topper. If we go to our beet harvesters, there's that now, the defoliator. But that requires 215 horsepower. The little front mounted that we used to have, there isn't one. Vegetable planters and ridgers, vegetable harvesters. There's no topper in amongst those. So that's odd. So I'll give it a go. So I've leased a potato harvester as well. That's why I'm bringing the tractor up. I could have walked up. But on the way up, what I was going to show you was our second juice hut. I've set both to selling now, I think, because once the second juice hut was actually producing juice, so all our apples are now going into both rather than one, because the one couldn't keep up. So we've got juice coming out of that one. Obviously we had all that juice stored up from the other one. They're both now set to selling. So all the apples and all the juice, no, all the apples are coming into these, all the juice is being sold automatically. That's great. I've also cleared, when I said about I'd done that one log load, then the second one off camera, and then once my sawmill, I cleared the trees right the way back, as you can see, to here. I think we were out to almost where our little feed mixer is, and then this side, I cleared the one. Stuff's still there actually. I've cleared right back to, if you remember, I cleared the trees, so I had a sort of drive bit down the side of here. I've cleared right back to there. So I've got a nice big open space down here as well, so that's all going great. So potentially the potential is we're going to get some, we're going to get a new lorry, but I need to work out. And while the grass is still short, and hopefully I can see, although I think it's grass markers, isn't it? If I recall. Yes, it is. I want to put in the cow pen now. It's an open pasture, just like the sheep one. Yeah, okay. I'll start off showing you me trying to do it, but we'll see how frustrated I get. So into here, go to our animals, and we want cows. So we've got cow pasture, auto water, and cow pasture, which will require water. I think we're going to go auto water. I mean, we could do requires. I could bring up. We've got the water tanker, but I guess if we've got our pipe system in place, says it holds 7. Really? So we want to make sure that this is facing this way, because this is where our silage clamp is just there, and our mixer's going to be there, and we've got our hay loft just there. So I come forward of all of that, which allows me to then hopefully put this in. Let's go there. Do I want to customize it? Yes, I do. So what side are we coming out from? I have no idea. Where this side we come out from? I think so. Showing green. Collides with another item. What does it collide with? Oh, is it? Maybe it's this side then. There we go. Yeah, I'd gone out the wrong way. So at this angle, what doesn't matter actually. Yeah, this angle here. Let's put it out to. There's our first one. Let's come to there. I want to give myself a bit of room as well to drive round it. Well, I can drive through it, can't I? So go to there, then to here. We're going to go this way. I want a nice big pasture, plenty of room for them to roam. Let's go right, actually. Seems to work right. Obviously, as I clear more trees back, it will seem a bit vague, like it's out on its own, but I'm quite happy at the moment. I think land's owned by me. Yes, it is. What you talking about? Actually, let's go straight across here. I don't want to go into the alcove, such that it is. And then we'll go to about level with there, like that, and then back to there. Yes, I do. So we're in. Brilliant stuff. That wasn't expensive as I thought it was going to be. I thought it'd be crazy money. So cow pasture is in. Nice. No manure heap. No manure heap nearby. Slurry. So this doesn't give us milk. It is genuinely just a pasture. Which is fine, because I said we were going to do meat animals. I said we might do some milk ones, but we're getting milk from the goats, so actually that's fine. We are going to need to put some bedding in. No slurry or manure, so I'm going to put separate heaps in for those. We can do that. We can find some heaps and put them in. I could probably. Does it have to be near to this bit, or can it be anywhere around the outside? I think it might need to be up here. So I leave myself enough space here. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I should be able to put them in here. Find myself something for slurry, find myself something for manure. We'll put those both in here, so we'll get that from them anyway. Nice. Well, that's that done. I just wanted to make sure, because I thought if that's going to be like 150, 200 grand, it might get a little bit, you know, might get a little bit spicy. That's a nice size pen. Oh, I didn't even see how many holds. No, that needs to be done over here. Sorry. We'll get there. Where's our... Got to find the trigger. And then when I find the trigger... There we go. So say 200. That's all right. Yeah, and we'll go with some Angus and some limousines. Don't think we're going to do water buffalo this time. We're going to go with a mixture of these. I don't know if it's just go calves. Should we just go calves if we're going to really breed them? Because we're not going to get milk from mine. I don't need to get full-grown ones to start off with. We'll just buy calves right from 0 months. I think we will. I think we'll do that. But I haven't got Ptolemy's ration to feed them yet, so we won't do that just yet. Right. I like the open pastures. I think, you know, there's nothing wrong with having an animal pen. Actually, that's something else I should have checked really when I was here. No, it's genuinely just those two. I could have sworn this pack allowed for milk, but I think I'm thinking of the Schultz modding one. Yeah, the Schultz modding one that I used on Prairie Farms. That's what I was thinking of. This is the open pasture pack that I've got, that I've done the sheep with. But that's all right. Right. So by now, yep, there we go. There's our potato harvester. I'm just going to quickly, just for my own sanity here, because I haven't really done much. If I've done any root crop work, I have generally gone straight to modded stuff. I've gone to modded beet harvesters with the modded headers that do all the various different root crops. Oops, that's a really steep ramp, isn't it? I've caught a few things on that now. Check for the train. We'll come back to potatoes in a minute. We'll get the peas done first, then we'll get some potatoes underway. It's that way round, okay. This is going to fill up really quickly. I think it's got a 10,000 litre capacity. There were two options actually. It was a 10 and a... If you adjust it, it was 9 point something, which I thought was a bit odd. So this should... If this doesn't work, then what do I do? Oh, we're okay. Oh, there's the train. Finally it arrives. There we go. We've got potatoes coming in. And yes, this is going to take a while. This is not self-propelled. There is a self-propelled one. And you may argue we've gone for a self-propelled pea harvester, so why didn't you go for a self-propelled potato one? Because my equipment machinery, I've got the big Fendt. I probably could have done it with the big Fendt. But again, in that thing of not necessarily trying new things, this isn't a new piece of equipment. But I do have that tendency. If there was another option for doing the peas, green beans and stuff, I would be trying that out. I haven't done a towed root crop harvester in ages. So I thought, yeah, why not? Let's do that. So, that's that. Okay, we know that's going to work. Brilliant stuff, so we can get some potatoes later. So there was me panicking for no reason. It's absolutely fine. Right. Pea harvester. I think the other thing we need to do now is we need to look at our options for a Lorry. I think I'm going to go TLX Pheonix. It's big, it's chunky, beefy, plenty of oomph. We can go horsepower on it, and I think we can get some big old tyres and stuff on it. I think it's just a bigger proposition, generally speaking. So if we go into our online marketplace, and oh, hang on, have I got it installed? Oh, I have. There we go. It just looks. I'm pretty sure we've got some options on this for. Do I want to go? Actually, you know what? The longer out that goes, the more I've got a chance. Oh no, I'm not overhanging logs, am I? I think I might just leave it like that. I don't need to go crazy out. What we got? An all-in. Some fancy configurations as well. Nope, let's leave it standard. Then we can go to 585. We were on 600 at the moment, so 850 is already an oomph up. 1,100, 1,582. Do I need 1,582 horsepower? No. 1,100. For what I've done already, 600's worked. So 850 should be alright, shouldn't it? We can always start that and we can go up if we need to. Right. I'm not going to put you through having to... Oh, mama. Yeah, that's what I mean. Actually, that looks... I want to look I want something forestry, you know? Vintage is cool and all those kind of things. Yeah, there we go. This is what we're looking for. I hope this goes under the trailer all right. Oh yeah, I want something forestry. Come on now, that looks awesome. What was the first ones I found? Was it Trilex? I like the look of that. Anyway. Right, that's that done. That will be delivered. I need to take my other one down to our little workshop thing if we're going to get best price for it. Let's get that down. So, I've shown you the double... So we've done... Yeah. Shown you the logging I've done. We've put in the animal pen. Cleaned our vehicles. I moved those. I had a couple of things of wool. Then what we are going to do at some point as well, I need to get my flatbed trailer. We're going to bring the wool and we're going to get the wool sent off and sold because we were getting the wool. The wool was so we could make warm clothing and stuff. Again, if we wanted to be a standalone operation up here. But obviously that needs to be made into fabric and the fabric into clothes. I'm not going to run those operations. I'm not going to run any more. I say I'm not going to run any more. I might run other things, but I'm not going to run those. Let's just say that. So, MrSealyp. MrSealyp's fresh from the farm, preserved peas. No artificial colours or additives used. I'll have to check on my production. I'm assuming there's something we can do with peas. I'm sure there is. If there's not, we're in trouble. Potatoes, because we've got our silo down there, this silo up here I was just going to use for wood chip. I don't know if it allows to put multiple things in. I didn't show you up here as well either. This is now set to selling as well because the wood chip from here is processing. But there's our, I had one pallet of these before, didn't I? So there's our refined wood chips. And we've got a couple of pallets of premium sawdust. So this stuff is selling on. I might also have a look at some point. I don't know when I'll do it. I might do. Is obviously this something changed on here, and we have got a peat production of some description. But when I've looked in the menu, and unless you buy the facility, it's not showing because it's not on the map already. I don't know what it is. I don't know if the peat facility is. We've got to dry it. It wouldn't make sense if it dries down the normal peat to dry peat, because that was what the tedder thing that comes in that pack goes. It looks like it makes like cubes, like peat squares, or whether it's peat pellets or something. It doesn't really say unless you buy the facility, which is a bit of a risk, isn't it? So I thought what I would do, again, sorry, I know I'm just trying to show you what's occurring. If we go to... So we come down here, we've got on this menu, look, peat is on the main menu, because on the map it's a main crop. But if we come down to dried, it wasn't under dried, was it, if I recall? Yeah, nothing under there for dried. But I think it was peat dried, wasn't it? Yeah, peat dry. But it's not showing. It's not saying like peat cubes, peat pellets. It's a risk. I don't know what. I'm not sure what it does. I've come all the way down, had a look to see if anything else stood out. We go into this menu here. We go to our factories. There it is. Peat factory small. Now it's showing normal peat coming in, not dried peat. And that looks like cubes. Some kind of cube. But I don't know what. That's 100 grand for that facility. It's 100 grand. If you buy it and then... Because if there's no price for whatever it is I'm trying to sell, and if it is just a facility that dries things down, then I don't know why would I do that when I can dry it already. I don't know. It's an odd one. But we've also got this situation here. These are not going. Now, I had someone messaging me way back when this first came out saying, I can't get it to work. It won't take my broodstock. Now, it took my broodstock fine first time when I filled it up. As you can see, we're getting all our stuff. Then I thought, is it because I did the animal mud texture? And because that has a depth to it, is the trigger lower. So I went over it with the normal dirt texture. It still hasn't taken them. So I don't know. Maybe it needs to run out completely before it will let me restock it. So I'm not sure. I mean, we had plenty out of it. If we don't get any more, we don't get any more. Fair enough. But yeah, I thought that was odd. Anyway, we are going to get onto this. And I will get some potatoes done. But I think I'm going to store the potatoes up in that other silo, which I said I would only do wood chip. And I can put pallets in that one as well, but it's up there. It's right by the potato thing. It makes perfect sense that we do that there. So we'll unfold. We need to unfold this anyway. Or is this just, I can't remember. It's just a turn on and go, isn't it? We've got rid of the weeds in here, so our peas should be absolutely fine. What we'll get off it, I don't know. This is the only thing, is that you know, it ends up, this sort of thing could be a lost leader. If you're going to do it on a big enough scale, that's fair enough. If you're doing a small field of peas, because this is the only way to harvest peas at the moment, to lease it was what, 30 grand. Now, if I don't get 30,000 litres, if we go back up to peas, right, so my peas are paying, yeah, it means 1,81924 at the bulk station at the moment. So if I get 30,000 litres, we're fine, we're quids in. If I don't get 30,000 litres, I haven't even covered the cost of renting the harvester. But then it comes down to that thing as well, like most farmers, I'll say most farmers, again, sweeping statements, when farmers, like when you watch Clarkson's farm, they get to the end of the year and they haven't really made any profit. And it's that thing of, at the end of the year, and like with this, like I said about it being a lost leader almost, that if my job is going to be to feed a workforce that's going to be up here, and I'm prepping and preserving stuff and storing stuff for when the workforce arrives, so that whatever canteen, cookhouse, whatever it is, has got what it needs, does it matter that I've made a profit because I'm going to be feeding an entire workforce? I don't know. It's that thing of, as long as I can cover my costs on this. This always surprised me as well. I suppose like a lot of this sort of stuff, it's an absolutely huge machine. It's like, you know, any kind of combine harvester that's doing multiple jobs. I can't see, because my peas kind of planted overlapping into bits that weren't actually ploughed field, but it's weird how it's done that. I need to come back onto the field, I need to find my boundary. Look, the gubbins inside this harvester is doing so many different functions and jobs, and so what you're actually getting out is peas, but the capacity is tiny, absolutely tiny, which is quite surprising when you think the size of the machine. I don't know, just me. Our TLX Pheonix has been delivered. So what I'm going to do, actually, I think we're going to be. I know all that spiel earlier, and I'm saying that now, and you might be going, "What spiel?" I might edit it out because I wasn't sure the size of the field, what peas we were going to get. I've done a bit of pea contracting, but it's weird, isn't it? When I've been doing the contract jobs, I don't really pay attention to how much there is. I just deliver it. I just go backwards and forwards, deliver it. I don't really pay that much attention to the yield because it's not my concern. I'm just, you know, I've got to do this contract. It doesn't matter how many peas come off the field, I've got to deliver them. If there's any left over afterwards, that's great. But I don't really pay that much attention. So when I was saying, obviously, this cost me 30 grand to lease, the harvester, we're already up to 11,000 litres, and I haven't even finished my third go round the outside of the field. And we can do canned peas. I'm going to take these over now so we can get that going already. And the canned peas, the peas were selling for about 1819. At one sell point it was 2, just over. Canned peas are selling for over 4,000 for 1,000 litres. Now, obviously, the process will, I guess we'll lose some in the canning process. What we're going to do on the way past as well is we're going to sell the our lorry. And oh, the new one looks good. Oh, I like it, I do. And I have to say, I just whizzed over to because I got the message, the alert, it's been delivered, and took it over to the trailer. It won't hook up to the trailer on its own when you back up because it's a little bit higher and it's sitting on agricultural tyres and it looks chunkier and beefier. It keeps hitting the lip, so it won't. So what I did was got my telehandler and I just lifted this corner of the trailer just a little bit so I could get the fifth wheel underneath it, and it's perfect, no problem at all. That may be an annoyance to some people, but again, for me, it's going to be hooked up to the log trailer most of the time anyway, so it doesn't matter. We are going to get for this 58 grand back, and we've paid 118 for the Pheonix. So, you know what? It's yeah, it's a fair price. So what we're going to do now is take this over. Pallets spawn the other side, so it's got to be this side, doesn't it? That trigger is tiny. There. And that's going to be annoying. Every time it hits that, it knocks us out of the trigger a little bit. Okay, cool. So what I'll do now, let's get some canned peas on the way. Fresh from the field, bang, canning, done, and then they won't go off. Nothing bad will happen to them. There you go, straight at the top, canned peas. Bosh. Like a Bosch. What is our canned peas? Oh, we've already got 8 litres. This thing goes at a rate. We'll get a few of those out. 1,000 to 450. So we'll lose a bit in the canning process, but we'll still get a load of pallets of canned peas, which is what we need. Our workforce is going to eat well. We've got canned corn, we've got rice, we're going to have, obviously there's the sheep and goats, we've got goat's milk. What else have I preserved? And we've got sawdust, if they want some sawdust. We're going to have potatoes, we're going to have carrots, we're going to have parsnip. We've got peas, we're going to have green beans. What else did I put in the ground? Oh, the wheat, obviously, so the wheat can be done for all sorts of things, whether it be cereals or whether it gets made into flour or whatever it ends up happening with it. A balanced diet is what we're aiming for. When I first started, I was like, yeah, we'll have corn and rice. That'll be fun. But as we've gone on, I think the next thing, not the next thing, but something we are going to have to do, even if we just do it at the end, is I think chickens. We'll do a big old chicken pen, chicken barn, chicken. There's one that, what was that pack? Was it 1,250, 2,500, or 5,000 chickens? Maybe, just maybe. And then we'll be getting eggs as well, a bit of protein in there too. And obviously the chickens themselves. So we're getting a variety of meats available. Now what I've also done is leased, I've leased an auger wagon actually. I was looking at a few different trailers and versions of this just to lease, because I thought if I've got a worker going on this and I've got peas in it, I need one for putting potatoes in. Most auger wagons don't take potatoes. Some that do specifically potatoes. Then there's the Amity that I used on Prairie Farm, which worked brilliantly. There's a Colossus version, so I've gone for the Colossus version. I looked at semi-trailers as well, so I thought, well, we've got our new lorry, we could use that. The problem with semi-trailers is that's more for transportation from the field elsewhere. Loading into a semi-trailer would generally be done with an auger wagon, which obviously for peas doesn't work unless you go for a very specific one. There we go, peas. So I thought, well, if I can just use an auger wagon with enough capacity, then I wouldn't need a semi-trailer. And I think with our attacher, I haven't been able to check actually, our new lorry should, I say should, be able to hook up to it. Anyway, so we've got our 3 first, look, preserved peas, awesome stuff. We can bring our green beans here. Potatoes we can't, but that's fine, that's not a problem either. What I'm going to do is when we've got, so try and decide, shall I? I just want to make sure we've got some stored. If these are worth £4 a pop, so 4, 8, 12, we just need to cover 30 grand for the cost of leasing the thing, which we will easily cover because we've still got more peas to go. So we are not going to have an issue there whatsoever with that. Actually, I'm going to sort these this way around and put them in the gap. Oh no, do I want them in the gap? Oh, it really doesn't matter. I'm overthinking this. At least, again, I know with all of these things that we've got running, we've got peas in there, and we know that we can set it off and we can run it whenever we need to. So if we need more supply, I mean, this is when you think about the amount of cans of peas we've got here, I suppose it depends on the size of the workforce as well. We have got sunflower in the field as well. Now, I'm not necessarily going to run an oil factory. I'm not going to necessarily do oil, but we will have sunflower. So if we need sunflower oil, if chefs, whoever, again, are preparing meals and food and whatever for the workforce, then oils are a possibility if we needed them. So that's, I'm happy. It did hook up. It should work fine, I think. This, oh, I love the look of it. This, who has it reached out? Was it Tom mentioned it? Who else did? A few people said to me about getting a larger thing. I don't, the 82 Studio stuff. It's like I've said before, there are a few different modders out there that when a mod comes out from them, it's that kind of, I'm so excited, but also that dread, because especially when you're doing mod reviews, the amount of options and stuff on them is absolutely bonkers. But this big old solid kind of agricultural, it's got a much more muscular feel to the other one we had. So hooking up to our log trailer is going to make more sense. And the interior on this is just, yeah, I went for red and white. I thought, why not? Let's go fancy. So yeah, it's a very cool place to be. But what we should be able to do then, I'm pretty sure, I say I'm pretty sure, I don't know. Let's say I'm not sure at all whether or not the pipe for the potato harvester will actually extend high enough for us to unload into this. So what I'm going to do now, spend a bit of time doing this. So what have we done today? Done the cow pasture. Pastures, peas and potatoes with a lorry. Couldn't think of a P. It's not even a Peterbilt. Is it a Peterbilt? No, it's not. Is it? What is the? Maybe it is. Maybe the original is. I don't know. I've said it before. I'm not up on my American semi trucks lorry type things. So let's do that. And we down the floor. We're already lowered. Doing it like this is gonna take a while, and that is, you know, no different to any of the trail behind root crop type things, other than, I mean, I'm saying that, other than the one I'm looking forward to using is this. When this was announced and sort of shown, it's like, finally we've got a trail behind root crop one. That is out at, what's that, 6.4 meters? That's what we need. Even like the main header ones are only like 4s and some of them are 5s. But to have something like that, which when we get to do our red beet, I cannot wait to use that. We need more of these. For doing potatoes, we need trailed stuff, because it's such a big jump up from doing it trailed like this at 2 rows at a time. Was it 1.8 meters or something like that? We need 6 meter stuff, you know. Now, obviously with this, we're going to get a lot of potatoes off this field. I mean, I'm not running seasons either, so... Oh, isn't... Well, why is it not working on the other field then? I don't understand. If I missed some. I might have just missed some. Well, that's just remained on. That's not... Okay. It's not what I was expecting, but fair enough. Oh, that's really throwing me. No, turn off. There we go. Why is it not working on the other fields? It has done before when I've done my spraying and planting and stuff like that, so why not for harvesting? This is just not liking the pea harvester, or I don't know. And look, I'm going the right way around the field as well, so that my pipe is facing the right way when I come to unload this. Potato yields. Yeah, well, so I was just saying, I'm not running seasons, so these aren't going to wither and die. So I could, if I was running a production, if I wanted to. Again, it's not how you would do it. It's not immersive. It doesn't feel right, and it wouldn't sit right with me either, I don't think. Is harvest what I needed, and then leave the rest in the ground, and we can come back to it later if we need it. But yeah, that doesn't sit right with me. I think it's going to need to be harvested. I'm going to do some of it now. We're going to see if we can unload it into the auger. I mean, to be fair, we are right next to the silo where we're going to put it, so I could just drive this and unload straight into the silo. I guess that would have made probably more sense. That auger wagons cost me £4 grand, £5 grand, something like that to lease. And I suppose if I was a lot further away, that would be absolutely worth its weight in gold. And it suddenly dawned on me, if I am going to put it into that silo, that probably was a waste. Not to worry, we're doing all right. The yield at the moment, because we're sort of skirting around the edge, scoot scoot, as you do. Just want to make sure I get everything, and then we'll give it a go. See if we can unload into it, and then I will use the augers. Just because I'm curious to see whether it will work. I was curious to see whether it would hook up to the lorry. Great thing about that lorry thing is there's an option on it. I went for PTO in the back, so it does have a rear trailer hitch, which kind of appears as you need it. So whatever you're going to hook up to it works. So it hooked up no problem at all to the auger. I am happy. That's the only downside that it's doing root crops, or let's say doing root crop, a lot of root crops, is the harvest time. It takes a while, you know. And I wanted to avoid, because I did it on Prairie Farm, the temptation to get one of the modded beet harvesters that does all root crops. There's a couple of devolved ones, and I used one of those on Riverbend Springs, and that works really well. It's having them with a capacity. That one that doesn't have a capacity is a nightmare. I've mentioned that many times before. I want something with a capacity. So the temptation when you've got big-ish fields and you know the yield's going to be big, you know it's going to take a while, is to just go down that route again. You know, get one of those beet harvesters, get the required header, whichever one it is. Some of them it's one that does all. Some of them you need specific headers for each crop. But I've done that. I've used those. And this is the sort of thing, if this is what you've got and the horsepower of your vehicle is what you've got, and you haven't got crazy money to buy self-propelled harvesters, this is how you're going to start off. And in the real world, if this harvesting this field took 3 days, and it takes 3 days, that's the reality, isn't it, I guess? How we're looking. Okay, we're doing all right. How's it looking? It's doing the thing. I think the two options on these, this is the, I went for the roper, didn't I? There's a Grimmer one as well. I think they're both the same amount to buy or lease, depending on what you go for. Obviously I leased. And the beauty of all this as well is, if you decided, you know what, if the ministry turned around and said, you know, they might run the operation for a year, 2 years, 10 years, 20 years, I don't know, whatever it might be. All these fields that we're using for farming, at the end of it all, if they decide they're going to pack up, if the venture doesn't work at all, let's get some lights on so I can see the edge. We could just put trees back in. We could just plant trees over everything, replant the lot, and then again, when we arrived in the next 20, 30, 40 years, the next people that come along, it would look like no one had ever been here, you know. We have our first full load. We've only done, what, we're on our third strip around the outside, 10,700 litres. So you can see with our potato field, and I said this when we planted it, it's not a huge field, but it's a fair sized field. And with the yield of potatoes, This is easily going to be 100, 200, I mean, possibly 200,000 litres. I don't know, I guess we'll find out, won't we? So what I've got to see now is, does the pipe on the harvester raise high enough to reach over the lip of that pipe out? Oh yeah, we're sorted. Does this have a lip on it as well? Does it have a lip that curls? It does. Or I might be better off keeping it up, actually. Yeah, let's try that. So, oh yeah, way high enough. Look at that. We can get the whole lorry under that. And there we go. First 10,000 litres going in. This hooks up really well, actually. Now, like I say, I went for a version with the PTO as well. So if you do need to run something PTO related, it will do it. I'm glad we went for this. Like I say, 118 grand? That's not bad. And we didn't go bonkers. We went 850, didn't we? We didn't go for the 1,100. And that should be, for what we're doing around here, that should be absolutely fine. If I was hauling mega loads and it was really hilly, I probably would have gone for the 1,100. But as it stands, no, I think with that we're fine. So let's move that out of the way. And I'll carry on. Then what I'll do, I'll get one more load full. We'll put that in. And then I'll see, because this did show a worker, so we could hire a worker on this. That might make more sense. Hire a worker on this, then I can get on and do the peas myself. And then we can come back every now and again just to make sure we're unloading it. Because it's going to take a little while to get to 10,000 litres when we've got a worker hired. But I'll do the next couple of rings round. What I'm going to do, just to double check this. Let's do that and that. Oh yeah, this is going to require, was it 6 rows, you reckon? 6 rows around the outside, and then it'll be good to go up and down. So I reckon that's probably what we need to do. Oh, piping. Turn it on, drop it down. Why is it showing me on that line? I don't want to be on that one. It should be where the harvester is, shouldn't it? It's not designed to work with trail behind stuff. That's showing me on a line. That's the wrong side. Does that have to do with the offset? Is the offset set wrong? Side offset. 2.3 meters. Automatic. Why? Let me see if I can set that. If I can take that back to 0, or like 0.1, so we've got a bit of an overlap maybe. Still okay. Now what's it giving me? No? Or does that just get me to, I'll follow that track with the tractor. Will it harvest next to it? I don't know. I haven't done a trail one with cruise control. I guess, are we running right next to it? Are we picking up what we need to? If I start missing stuff, then it's not going to work, is it? Maybe I just need to adjust the offset a little bit. Am I missing stuff? I am missing plants, yeah. How weird. A couple. You can see our line there. Oh, I don't know. Well, yeah, we'll give it a go. I'll fill this up. So we'll do one more full unload, and then we'll take that and we'll put it into the storage just over there. And then it'll be a case of hiring a worker on here, and then getting my piece done. That'll need to be done off camera, I guess. And then, as I said, we're looking at environmental score's gone up again. Back up to the top, actually back up to the top, across to crop types and growth. Yeah, our green beans. Then we'll have our carrots, parsnip, red beet. Actually, hang on a minute. Didn't we have one with spinach? Carrot parsnip. Is that? Oh, have we got one ready to harvest here as well? You can't be serious. Oh, I've got so much to harvest. Dude. So much work to do. Oh, that's alright. Right, so do that line. This is acting very odd, isn't it? No, let's go with that line. See what happens. We ended up having to do, well, I think I did another 3 or 4. I made sure I had an overlap. I didn't want it to have any problems. Then the same thing happened here. Clicked on hire a worker, wouldn't hire it, kept on coming with the message. No field found, no field found. So I went into the GPS settings, it couldn't find the field. And I'd already shown you it worked, it was doing it. 2 or 3 tries later, it suddenly popped up. So I don't know. So we've now got a worker working the field. Which is great, which means we can get this done on a worker, and then I'll go down and I'll sort out the peas down the bottom of the hill. It's probably the only way I'm going to be able to do it. Now with this repurposing, what am I going to put in these? As far as root crops goes, because the field sizes we've done, we'll have plenty of root crops. We won't have an issue. We've got wheat in the ground at the moment. We're doing a little bit of sunflower. I think I'm going to do some barley, some oats, maybe some sorghum, maybe some soybean. I'm going to put some of those sorts of crops in some of these fields. And again, that's just to have a solid base of stuff, you know, things that we can use. For whatever. If I don't use them, if no one needs them, if no one wants them, that's fine, that's great. It's no skin off my nose, but at least they'll be there. And also we're doing kind of crop rotations. I don't want to be doing the same crop in the same field each time. I want to switch between, you know, cereal crops, legumes, those kind of things, like we used to. You remember back in the day when we had the old crop rotation? It would get a bit complicated, I'm not going to lie, but it did a thing. I think I need to get rid of these pallets. I just want to leave them there so you can see what they were. Now, we need to go pipe out. It should tip straight in there. There we go. Let's get our potatoes stored in there. So we've got wood chip and potato in there. And again, actually, that's a point. I can't lift these by hand. I say we have got pallet storage space. There's nothing to stop us putting those pallets into that storage. I think I might do that. I might grab these telehandler up here, or potentially the skid steer loader. I've been having a lot of problems with that skid steer loader. Not the skid steer loader itself, but the skid steer loader with pallet forks. It just doesn't seem... Something's not right. The physics of it are off. I don't know what. It doesn't seem to... The pallets seem to really stick to it. I haven't had that with any other set of pallet forks. I've used pallet forks on wheel loaders and stuff like that. But I don't know what's causing it. It's a bit of a nightmare, if I'm going to be honest. Nothing worse. Nightmare. I don't think these aren't liftable because these aren't basic. Oh, hang on. Hold your horses. Oh, these are, but those aren't. Why would that be a thing? These aren't a base game commodity. These are just in boxes. Oh, these are 2,500 litre. I didn't even notice that. Oh, okay, we can put these away. Assuming, of course, this will take them. Did I get the sound? Yeah, boy. Right. Oh, okay. Not in a minute. This doesn't make any sense. Oh, wrong side. Wrong side. Oh, I'm wondering if... Hang on a minute. This is curious. Is it Mr. Dex that did this? Was it Mr. Dex? I think it was. I got a message from Mr. Dex on the video that I did on the... Was it on the mod review? I think there's more stuff coming that will use these. I think that's what it said. What I'm puzzled by is... Sorry. Doing it again. If we come down to yeah, look, refined wood chips is set to selling. Oh, that's interesting. So refined wood chips are set to selling, which we're getting a lot of, which I think they are selling now. Those pallets are the ones that spawned originally, but there's nothing. It's just refined wood chips that are set to selling. The premium sawdust isn't, so that's going to keep producing. I don't think it's worth a huge amount of money. I don't think it is. Premium sawdust. Yeah, 530. It's not mega money, but again, it's more money than you'd get just for your wood chips. So, you know, the wood chips were here. They were just sat there. I could have just sold the wood chips, but. Anyway, right, that's where we're ending this one. I'm going to say this again, I haven't even thought about editing yet. I can't remember how many segments I've done, what I've been doing. That was weird. Why did that? I thought I was falling over then. The shadow of the trees it moved. I'm standing there thinking, have I sped the time up? Has something gone wrong? I thought it was on like ×5 or ×10 or something. Because the shadow, was that just me? Did you see that as well? You have to go back and have a look. Yeah, I'm going to say maybe a couple of shorter episodes. I don't think I'm going to be able to rack up a single extra spare episode before I go away to FarmCon. I just don't. It doesn't seem to be working out that way. This one was let's jump on and get this done, and then it's that thing of course, it's root crops. I thought the wheat would be done first, and it's not. I was going to jump on that, get that done. The root crop stuff, the peas have taken a while. This has taken a while. And then the next lot's going to be ready. It's more root crops and green beans. Now, we've still got plenty of money left. We've put the cow... I wanted to get that in, and we wanted to buy the lorry. That's done. So, next we'll be leasing a green bean harvester. And then once our red beet... And I'm going to have to go and check on the spinach, because we haven't got... We have to lease a spinach harvester as well, aren't we? Yeah. Oh, this is going to get expensive, isn't it? How much are these to lease? I won't change anything. Oh, 25, okay. And then this one is 32. So that's knocking on 60 grand just to lease those. But again, we should get a fair bit off of it. And if we run it through our preserve thing, we should get... Yeah, it's all good. Like I said, lost leaders, people, lost leaders. I will see you on the next episode. I should see if I can get my jetty built. I'm thinking to get some little solar light things, some solar lights, maybe a deck chair to sit on the end. I can sit and just... It's not a big lake, is it? It's more of a pond. But, you know, we've got some bulrushes and things growing up in it now, and it's all looking rather lovely. So, yeah, when we go down, because we're going to have to be doing the harvesting down there for the green beans and stuff, we'll have a look. If the red beet's ready, we get to use that new trailed... I'm really looking forward to that. That'll be absolutely cool. Is this actually doing anything? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you're still enjoying the series, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.